Hello. Please comment if you can see me and this is working on the live. And thank you to anybody that is watching so far. I actually think I need a name for these lives. I've not called it anything. So if anyone's got any ideas for the name for these lives that I'm doing, drop it in the comments. I might even ask Amy to help me on that. So I'm going to bring Amy on. But before I bring Amy on, I just want to say a massive thank you to Meta Transform for sponsoring these LinkedIn Lives. Oh, hi, Peter. I will put some details in the comments. And oh, hi, Abby. Abby's been helping me out behind the scenes. I'll drop his link in the comments. And yeah, I'm going to bring Amy straight on. And I can't wait to hear more about what she's got to say. And she's currently sat in a hotel room, bless her, because she's off to an event tonight. So we're not going to tire her out too much, are we? Here she comes. Hey!
Hi, gang.
Are you ready and raring to go?
Well, you could say that.
We're just letting some people come on board. I'm just going to share Meta Transform's website. Abby's just put it on for us. Hey, Matthew. He's the owner of Meta Transform. And thank you. Go on, Matthew. He's been messaging me earlier, and so is Adam, saying they can't wait to watch this live. So it's really exciting that I'm doing.
High praise, lots of pressure.
I know. So, how are you doing? Come on, be honest.
A bit tired, but I'm trying to get myself pumped. Hopefully, this live helps because I've got an event where I'm going to have to network. There's a few LinkedIn faces, so that should be good.
Networking. What do we think to networking? Network.
Well, it's good when you've got the energy for it, isn't it? I'm hoping it comes. I feel like I am one of those people that really does like soak up the atmosphere. So if other people are having a good time, then I'll slide right in and I'll be able to like have a good giggle because I'm an extrovert. Comes with its perks and its downsides. So if people are in a good mood, I'm all there with it. But then if people are feeling a bit down, that drags me down as well. So ups and downsides, I guess.
Yeah, no, definitely. Believe it or not, I'm a bit of both. So I like my quiet time on my own. I like to make others smile. I like to host an event. I'd much prefer that than going to an event, but I will do it and it's uncomfortable. But I always leave feeling good. So they are worth it. And it just shows you that everyone's got different personalities.
I like ambiverts. We need more of them because they just fit in any circumstance, don't they?
So is that, I've not even heard of that.
Yeah, ambi is like, can be extroverted, can be introverted. And then I think you've probably got the best of both worlds.
Yeah, definitely. Right, I'm going to kick off with a question, if that's okay. So I want to ask you first off, just tell everybody a bit about your background and how much you lurked on LinkedIn before embracing it. So I want to know what you do and then when you started on LinkedIn.
Oh, I didn't lurk. I wasn't scrolling it. I'm 24, so I was never somebody who was like, I wasn't even really pressured to use it for development. But I was in a SEO agency working as a content marketing exec. I was writing blogs, and the boss of that company built it all on LinkedIn. So all of his leads came through LinkedIn. And he knew the power of the platform and he kind of wanted the whole team on there. So he delivered some training. I loved it. And then I started using LinkedIn. I started posting pretty much straight away because I wanted to start some conversations. I mean, I didn't really have a content strategy, but I started giving it a go late 2020. And as I say, just fell in love with it, made some good friends, and I've stuck it out ever since.
Did you kind of know, because everyone's scared when they come on LinkedIn, there's a lot of lurkers, and I found out yesterday that only 5% of businesses post on there and active, they just lurk. Mm-hmm. So what made you feel like you could do it, especially at like a younger age?
I think it was the fact I got the training. Like I'd seen my boss doing it. So I was like, right, that's what posts are supposed to look like. And because of my age, there wasn't really people I knew who were sat like watching what I was doing. So while you might feel like there's more scrutiny on you if you're a bit older and you know all your colleagues are on there and they're going to think, what's she doing? Whereas I didn't really have that like preconceptions of people around me because there was no one who I knew like on the platform.
Oh, that is so good, because the biggest fear, and I don't know if anyone's listening, is what others think. Your ex-colleague seeing it, ex-friend, ex-boyfriend. I had that. And it took on Facebook, I share a lot from LinkedIn as well, but that takes guts to do it on your personal profile. So I completely get it. And LinkedIn did feel a little bit more safe that people wouldn't know me on there. So yeah, I absolutely get what you're saying. We've just had some hellos. I'm going to say hello to Nathan, Charlotte, Thomas, and Lee, which is nice that people are commenting. I had a big fear that this wasn't going to go live.
Well, it has. That's good.
Yeah. So you did all your training. Your copywriting is incredible, and that's what's made you stand out, because you don't really post selfies, and you were saying you don't really want to do videos, and people worry that the writing's got to be really good, which I really think it has got to be really good, to be fair, or real. So like a good personality in the writing, or it's got to be like quirky and stand out. And you were brilliant.
Well, I think it's probably something that I've discovered over time, because everybody starts off with posts that are a bit subpar. And if you hold yourself to too high a standard from the get-go, then you're just going to count yourself out way too quickly. So it's all about trial and error and seeing what resonates with people, what gets engagement, what gets leads. And then you learn and you get better. So me now is a result of like 3 years of work.
Yeah, no, it's true. Like I know people worry, and I don't know if anyone's listening knows this, but like timescales of posting, which I don't even care about now. But I remember back in the day when I started, I was like, oh my God, everyone's saying 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Don't post till late on a Tuesday and all this. Did you listen to any of that?
I think I had like a thought process where I was like, okay, when are my ideal clients most likely to be active? Because I don't think it would be like 11 a.m. If they're a business owner, they'll be in meetings by that point. They'll be in deep focus work. So I did want to hit them when they'd be online. But I think that's less important than posting when you've actually got something to say. I think you may as well just post when you can be active and when you can respond to people, rather than following algorithm advice.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so true. Algorithm advice. It will send me into a nut house, to be honest. If you're listening to the proper advice, I think you've got to be as natural as you can be, to a degree. But I think you need to bring some personality, obviously, and you've done that. But you've got to speak about your business as well, and I think you've balanced that well. And you was employed, and now you're self-employed, which I kind of knew deep down it would come one day. I didn't know how soon.
I keep getting this, and I'm like, you know what? I didn't see it coming. We should have all blooming said something. Although you did.
I should have messaged you to say, yeah. Did you not see it coming? Did you not have a vision?
No, I kind of got to a point where being employed didn't make sense anymore, because I was getting a stream of leads and I was doing all the work with the people who came to want to work with me. And then it's like, well, why would I do that for someone else's business? Because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. That's just simple as that then, was it? The mouth
really was. She's out.
Are you quite direct with your clients then? This is what you need to do and this is what we're doing.
Yeah, it's a fine line, because I'm trying to learn how to be firm but also empathetic, because I think I can lean too much either way sometimes. I can care too much about their feelings, or I can be too direct, and that's probably something that I'm learning to balance at the moment. So I don't feel like I'm accosting people, but I also am being honest with them so they get the results they deserve.
Oh, I like that. That's good. Good balance. If anyone's got questions as we're talking, though, please fire them through. So what made you first interested in copywriting?
It was from when I was really young. Like, I loved to write when I was like 6, 7. I remember English was my favourite subject. And I think part of it was to do with my brain and how it works, because I've been diagnosed with ADHD. That was late 2022. And words would be how I'd process things going on in my brain that I didn't fully understand. So I knew that I was different to other people, and I used like copy writing to express how I felt to people who didn't understand. And that skill has just become something that I do all the time now. It just made sense to create a career out of it.
Yeah, that's true. How did you know that you was different to other people? How did you feel? What do you mean by that?
I had really intense emotions, very high ups and downs. And I would say things impulsively. I didn't like authority at all. And I was really disorganized and scatty. Like, I was hard to manage, particularly as a child. I think I had teenage years before I was a teenager. And my dad used to always say to me, like, there's something wrong with you. And lo and behold, there was, but I got it from him. So,
oh, I love that. I hope people are listening and they can actually, if they've got any quirks, please comment.
All have quirks.
Yeah, we've all got them, and I can relate to a few things you said there, to be honest. But I think the best people are the craziest people, to be honest. Right, so there's another question. Was there a moment for you where you were posting on LinkedIn and then you started to realize people were liking things you were saying and really engaging with what you were trying to do? So, for example, on day one, you wouldn't have got loads of likes or comments, or did you?
I piggybacked off my boss a bit because he had a good network, and I tagged him in my first post, which meant like some of his connections came to speak to me. But the time where I actually realized, okay, people are really engaging with me and I'm building relationships here, is when I met my first LinkedIn connection in real life for the first time. I was like, oh, this is real. This person is a person.
Yeah.
And we're still friendly to this day. She's called
Name
Charlotte.
your boss. Come on, do some juicy gossip. Who's your ex-boss and who's the person you met?
Right. So Charlotte Moon is the person who I met. She's absolutely brilliant. I couldn't love her more. And then
I know her through LinkedIn.
She's amazing. And and a little extension of that is Gareth, accountant Gareth, if you remember him.
Yeah, I know Gareth. We speak a lot.
He's so fab. He did message me before this live saying good luck. I don't know whether he's here, but my ex business where I learned LinkedIn was Breakout Media, so that was an SEO agency. Oh,
I love that you just gave Gareth a little shout out. Oh,
he's so cute.
My faves. He is so cute. So you had a bit of like a push with your boss, and because I remember when I first posted on LinkedIn, it was like tumbleweed for ages. But that's what people are afraid of. But what I did was just kept posting and actually kept it real and just kept trying different things, different times. I enjoyed it. The thing is, it's people that feel they have to do it. They get it wrong. I actually told myself, right, I actually enjoy meeting new people and I'm going to go for this. And that's what you need to, and have like a year plan, because it's not a quick couple of months, is it?
And if you have a results mentality, sometimes you're not going to see like the return on your investment for years. I mean, I've had leads come up who started following me like 2021.
Yeah.
Imagine if I'd stopped posting then.
Yeah, no. And you need to post when you're busy. That's what people stop doing, don't they? They go, oh, I've got 3 clients now. I won't bother.
Can't do that. You never know when they're going to leave.
Yeah, exactly. And they do. And things can change super quickly, especially in the marketing world. We all know this. Mm-hmm. So what's your biggest goal for 2024, work-wise and personally? Because let's be real here. Let's hear some if you've got any.
I'm taking a big break. So I am very burnt out. So February and March, I'm taking them off.
Are you really? Thank you for sharing that.
That's all right. I'm excited about it because I really need the rest. At the moment, work's just an uphill battle and I feel a little bit fizzled out. But after that, I'm going to be restructuring my services to focus less on content and more on helping people build relationships as personal branding clients. Because I've sold myself as a writer, but something that I do not promote enough is how good I am at relational marketing. So I have a great network that I can introduce clients to and they're benefiting from. but they're not really paying for it. They're paying for content. So like the package just has to change, and that'll be like April's mission.
And you're having some headspace. I can't believe you just go. So you February, March, you're off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so cool. Here's Adam. So he's poor. I get very little in business from LinkedIn, and the engagement levels spike so much more for my personal challenges. I always find the personal stuff easier, which is very interesting. I don't know if he means he finds it easier because he obviously gets more engagement, because a lot of people are uncomfortable to share personal stuff.
I think the thing with business is we forget that like some stuff is really basic to us, but other people don't know about it at all. So we think with business content, we have to be posting something revolutionary, like, oh, I have to be giving marketing advice that no one's ever said before, without realizing that if you're not a marketer, the basics are probably more valuable. And I'm like, but that's like second nature to me. Why would I be sharing it? Yeah. But it's actually because, you know, my clients need to hear it. It is the basics. It's normal to me, but it's not to them.
Yeah, it's true. I know this for myself. I always think everyone should know this, but clients don't know the basics. And it's so, and I bet you're the same with marketing. It's obvious you post before clients go to work.
But yeah, it isn't.
It's not. And they need to hear it. And also what I found is you have to repeat yourself a lot on social media, and not everyone sees it. I have to tell people you can say the same thing a couple of months later if you want to, just change it slightly, because people do forget easily. And they have
what I say, make it personal. So to go back to what Adam said, if you can make like a business post more personal by like giving your own spin on it, giving an example that you've experienced of a challenge and how you've overcome it, but also like demonstrate how you are like professionally capable, you can merge personal and business. Because I think some people think to do a business post, you can't add your own spin on it, but that's actually what makes it perform better.
100%. I think you have to put that human touch so people can be relate to it. That's what it is. So Andrew's poor. I'm so rubbish at posting when I'm busy, which we said you should do. What can I do to force myself to post? We all have days. It is
accountability. That's what it is. It's accountability with either yourself or with somebody else. So get someone who can kick you up the arse. I've got a VA, and she's brilliant for that. Yeah,
I can kick you up the arse.
Come
on. Honestly, I know. I remember you have to post when you're busy, and also it can be the smallest post if you want. And sometimes they do better when you think they don't do well. You'll think a post will do well and it doesn't, and then you think a post will do crap and bomb and it actually does well. So
take the pressure off. If you're doing well and you are busy, then experiment. Take the time to actually talk about something fun that you want to talk about.
Yeah, 100%. So Nathan, we've got a few things coming in. And hi, Ashley, because Ashley's joined us.
Hello.
I have found sharing personal stuff breaks down barriers and shows you're a human. LinkedIn has allowed me to stay visible even when I am busy, which is so true. So thank you for sharing that. We've got the lovely Kate. Do you know Kaylee?
We were supposed to have a lunch, Zoom chat, but it didn't happen. So I'm going to have to pester her.
Yeah, no, she's messaged me about doing a lunch date, so you have to come. There are hundreds, if not 1,000 people that do the same job, but there is only one, you. I love
that.
That's so true. Well, I've got some people that I can't really see who they are, which is random, but hey, we move. Be relatable and personable, show your personality. People buy from people, no room for corporate stuffiness, in my opinion, which is another true. Right, another question from me. What would you say has been your biggest hurdle in work, and how did you overcome this? And I want you to be as honest as you can.
Oh, biggest hurdle.
Yeah, if any, you might not have had any yet.
No, probably loneliness. It's been really easy to isolate myself as a one-man band now. And that means that I only see things from one angle.
Yeah.
Having a partner like I do, who's in the marketing space, Mike, who's just absolutely fantastic, that helps. But even we're quite similar. So sometimes I have to go out my way to get a second person's opinion. And I need to make sure that I am using my LinkedIn network and their ideas rather than relying on myself.
Yeah. Yeah, it is suffering in silence, isn't it? Just shout about it. That's how I got through. A lot of my video content is therapy.
Yeah.
For myself, if I'm honest. Right, so back to Mike. You met Mike on LinkedIn, your partner, didn't you? Boyfriend.
Yeah, I did. He was a client first, which is so professional.
I love that. That's very similar to me. Obviously, I share about Stephen's stuff, but that's another story. This is a similar question, but what has been the most important lesson you've learned in recent years?
Ooh, one that I'm really grasping at the moment is just because you can doesn't mean you should. So for me, it's like taking a step back, realizing that I don't have to prove myself to anyone. And just because I could do something to prove that I can do it, it doesn't mean that that will be an efficient use of my energy and my time. So doing things that make sense rather than just doing it for the sake of it.
Yeah, that's good advice. I just keep going and going and going. I need to take that advice.
We all need to rest. Trust me.
Yeah. But with social media, and it's a lot. LinkedIn's a lot, and I'm spreading across YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and all these, and I'm testing things out. I don't know if anyone wants to comment if they're on any other platform, but I do feel like I want to move in other areas. I don't want to just be LinkedIn. Right, Mike is commenting, Amy's right, I am fantastic.
He is, to be fair. He knows it.
She has sang your praises, Mike. So write something lovely about Amy on here, please, and I'll share it. Love birds. Right, this is my Steve. What would you do differently to what you've done to stop yourself burning out? And is the 2 months off to rest or put a plan into action?
So the reason I'm burnt out is because of my last 2 workplaces. I haven't taken like a good solid break between switching jobs, and because of my neurodiversity, I was really overcompensating for my insecurity by overworking myself. And that's something that's only really coming to light now. I feel really safe as a self-employed person because I don't have anyone above me who I can disappoint. So all of this is only coming to the forefront now on my own. And taking the time off to rest will be to heal from that. And to make sure it doesn't happen in future, I'll be taking more frequent breaks and just being kinder to myself in general. But I don't face the same problems now as I did in employment. So I don't think it's going to happen again. It's just something I need to work through for now.
You know what, when you said about disappointment, have you ever been told you've disappointed them?
Honestly, I had disciplinary meetings in both jobs. So I had ADHD symptoms that came to the forefront, which was like disorganization, time management skills lacking. And I was constantly punished for them when I didn't feel like I got enough accommodation and I didn't get enough support to actually work through them. Bear in mind, in my second job, I was really newly diagnosed. So I didn't know the accommodations I needed. So the business couldn't really either. But I did disappoint them. I also proved them right in hiring me, though. So it was 2 sides of a coin. My disability disappointed them, but the things that I excelled in, they really benefited from. Like, I know I made both businesses a substantial amount of money. Yeah.
Could anything have been done differently?
I think I needed to understand myself better. And I've only had the room to do that now that I'm out on my own and I'm learning how I function from like a solo working perspective. Yeah.
So interesting that you're learning about yourself. And I don't want to put labels on stuff and this, that, the other, but I said it to my business partner, Charlotte, the other day, like, I think the more you can learn about yourself and what makes you tick and what doesn't work, the better. And people are scared to crack open themselves, which is weird. And they're not open-minded to who they are and what they might need to like work on and be okay with that. It's okay to make a mistake and, you know what I mean, worry about and upset. You've actually thought, I've disappointed someone. I try not to look at it like that is what I'm saying, even if you made them mistakes, because it's going to come out for the better anyway.
Yeah, you can't help it. We're not perfect.
Exactly. And I appreciate you sharing that, because that could have played on your mind it probably has, to be fair. So anyone else that's watching this might be feeling the same. Like, obviously, that's brilliant that you've just shared that, to be fair. Right. If you could have any other job, what do you think it would be?
Ooh.
Like,
I'd love to be a singer in some capacity. I think it'd be a really different lifestyle where it's like you kind of live for shows and you do training for shows, but it's more like on and off. Whereas I feel like as a marketer, I never get to switch off.
Yeah, I know. You know what? Another thing is that I've discovered, marketing is a skill.
Oh yeah.
And people think it's fun. You look like you're having a right laugh on your LinkedIn, having a coffee. Oh, look, she's off doing that, and on her Instagram, and this, that, the other. But it's exhausting. Doesn't mean just because I want to do it doesn't mean I don't feel it stressful. And I do think it takes certain people to do it, but you have to learn it as well, the skill of it. And so, yeah, I can imagine when you're doing it for others all the time, like you are, different businesses.
And as you've recognised, there's always another platform. It's like,
Yeah.
I focus majority on LinkedIn, but it's like in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, but I'd grow so much faster if I was on Instagram and YouTube. But at the end of the day, there's only so many hours in a day.
I know. You'd be fab on TikTok. I know you said you don't want to do video on that, but I think we'll have another discussion, because I'm going to encourage you, because you'd be
You're going to bully me into it.
I'm going to bully you. Yeah, you would be. There's a woman that I'm having as a guest. I don't know if she's watching tonight. Kaylee knows her, but she is killing it on Instagram, like amazing what she's doing. And I just think, wow, you can get a reel going. I don't know if you do a lot of video editing. Do you do much video editing?
No, not all.
No, you definitely pick it up. So Kaylee's put, both of you are capable of more than you even dream. It's not about breaking the glass ceiling. It's about realizing the sky is merely our starting point. You deserve success, love, happiness, and rest.
You're trying to make us cry. I'm not fucking lying.
That's it, though. I like the fact this is real. I like the fact you're just sharing it. You're just like me in that respect. Just say it how it is. It doesn't matter. Nathan's put, do you think without your ADHD, you would be where you are now? Your story is amazing, and your outlook.
Oh, thank you, Nathan. I definitely wouldn't be, because it shapes like my entire perspective. It's made me a good writer because I see things from a different angle than everyone else.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably what makes me more creative, especially like overcoming the adversity that I've explained. I have been really creative from a younger age, just to work around the problems that my brain threw up.
Yeah.
So I definitely wouldn't be here. And that's something that I need to remind myself more, instead of just seeing it as a hindrance.
Yeah, 100%. And I think there's a lot of business owners that have ADHD, and I think it's amazing, to be honest.
Entrepreneur's little thing, isn't it? We're just like, I'm not employable. I'm off. Right, do something on my own.
I'm definitely not employable. I'm definitely not. Right, a few quickie questions, little ones. And thank you to everybody for watching so far and putting your comments and questions. What is the one fact that people don't know about you? And please,
I love frogs.
You love frogs?
Frogs, absolutely love frogs.
Have you kissed a few frogs?
Michael's in the chat. No.
Brilliant. What is it about frogs?
I think they're brilliant. I like the fact that they're a little bit unpredictable, so they'll just jump, and they're also like squishy.
So they just jump. I've been called mad as a box of frogs a few times, and I think we're made for each other. I might have to like pick up a frog and see if I like it. I don't think I will, though. That is brilliant. And if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be, knowing that what you know now?
Ooh. Just be kind with yourself. I know it's really, really hard because I'm so perfectionistic, but it's coming from a place of feeling like I have to prove myself. And if I was kinder to myself from a younger age, then I wouldn't be in the like burnt out position I am now.
Yeah, and the fact is you'll come back stronger from it because you're aware of it. If you just carried on not aware, then it would have been worse. Yeah. Katie's got a little question because I think it's I talk to leaders about how to attract, onboard and retain diverse talent. What would your top piece of advice be for those hiring in 2024, Amy? Yes, that's a good question.
Educate yourself on neurodiversity.
Yeah.
Because I think the people who are the biggest assets are the people who see things differently.
Yeah.
But they need different accommodations to your average worker. And if they're not met like needs wise, if they don't have the security and the safety that they need and deserve, you're not going to benefit from their talent.
Yeah, that is so true. I love that. I think we've all got different things. And I've said this to my business partner, the way I am as a person as well. Just be real about it is basically what I'm saying is. And I love the fact you've said that. It's so true. Right. So we've hit half an hour. I just want to say thank you to Meta Transform for sponsoring this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, Amy. I so appreciate you coming on here. And if you need anything, please message me, but don't go away when I end the stream because I speak to you. But thank you to everybody else that's watched. We're going to share, me and Abby are going to create some shorts of these. We're going to tag on Instagram, Amy, so that might give you a push to go on in the future. Mouthy Marketeers on Instagram as well. And then she's off partying tonight, and I'm going to go and chill for a bit and eat my overnight oats before bed.
I am jealous. I just want a night in bed right now.
Oh, bless you. Thanks to everyone for watching. End stream. Let me just see if